My second book review I have for you guys today is Alice by Heart by Stephen Sater. Now, this is a novelization of the off-Broadway / Broadway musical Alice by Heart that closed extremely quickly. It was written by Stephen Sater, who wrote this novelization, and the music was written by Duncan Sheik, who, if you're a fan of American Psycho, he wrote the music for that. So yeah, let's just talk about this. I didn't like this book. I can't even really tell you why. I guess it just didn't really make all that much sense to me. Okay, so it's about this girl named Alice, obviously, whose favorite book is Alice in Wonderland, again, a given, who, it's the London Blitz, so it's World War II. And people took shelter in the tube, or like the underground subway thing. I don't know. I'm not from London. I think it's called the Tube, or like a tube station. So they take refuge in there. Alfred has been suffering from tuberculosis, and he's about to be quarantined, and like he's gonna die, obviously, because people back then didn't survive tuberculosis. I mean, now we have treatments and stuff, but it was World War II. They didn't have that kind of stuff. Like, if you had TB, you were like basically guaranteed to die. And Alice wants to read him Alice in Wonderland for the last time, and her book ends up being destroyed by this psycho nurse who works in the underground. And so she has to recite Alice in Wonderland by heart, which is why it's called Alice by Heart. But I didn't like it. Like, I feel like it's a really good concept, because like she starts telling it and she starts like hallucinating the characters, or like she's transported to Wonderland like in a dreamlike state or something, which I feel like is a good concept, and like it would make more sense on the stage, but it doesn't make that much sense like in novelization form, because I'm just like, what is going on? Is she asleep? Is she awake? Which I know is kind of like a debate with Alice in Wonderland in the first place. Like, was Alice dreaming? Did she actually go to Wonderland? Was she hallucinating all this stuff in Wonderland? So I understand why that was the choice that was made. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And also, Stephen Sater has like an introduction to this book, and it said that he didn't want to like rewrite Alice in Wonderland with Alice by Heart, and instead wanted to write a book that was on par with Alice in Wonderland. Now, I've never read Alice in Wonderland, and I've watched the Disney one like when I was younger, and I just hated it, like the animated version. But I love the Tim Burton live action films, which are technically not Alice in Wonderland. Like the first Alice in Wonderland live action is technically Alice Through the Looking Glass. Like, I'm aware of that. And I'm not sure if the second one is based on any actual Alice story. So I've never read Alice in Wonderland. So the writing style is very on par with that. Like, there's like huge, like 3 sentences to describe like one thing, and it's like very winding, and I hated it. And it was so hard to get through this book. And I will admit that I only read the book because there's a good chance that I'm never gonna see this ever put on, because it wasn't very popular and it closed really quickly. So I read it because I've seen the soundtrack and I've listened to a couple tracks, but they didn't make any sense to me. So I thought, hey, I'll read the book, maybe it'll make sense. And now I'm just like, I did not like this. I guess it's just because some musicals should not be novelized, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, it's Alice by Heart's not a musical based on a novel. This is a novel based on a musical, which in some instances it does work. Like Dear Evan Hansen, but I think it's because it's an actual situation that could happen in our real life, novelized based on the musical. But I don't know. I didn't like it at all. I gave it 2 stars. I felt kind of bad, but it's just because like I did not enjoy myself while reading it. I wanted to stop so many times. Like I would have DNF'd this if I hadn't been reading it to understand a soundtrack. But yeah, I will never read this again. It will sit on my shelf because it's very pretty, and I like how it's a hardback book with the cover actually printed like on the book and not like a dust jacket, because I hate dust jackets. I take them off when I read. So yeah, that is my review for Alice by Heart by Stephen Sater, and I will see you guys later. Bye!